Well, hello, Auburn Nazarene family. Thank you for taking a few moments and watching this. The purpose of this video is to let you know what to expect when we open our campus and our church building on Sunday, June 14th. And it's just to let you know and give you a heads up of what to expect when you come back in on that Sunday. I am very excited for that day. I am praying with you, I am praying for you, and I am praying over you and your families. Well, the church board leadership team got together and we came up with several different things that we're going to implement for the first month or two. There are going to be some changes that are taking place. These changes are not permanent, they are temporary. We don't live in fear, but we are responsible and we are in charge of keeping each other safe as we come back together. The leadership team is constantly evaluating what is going on with COVID-19. And if anything gets worse, we will address it at that point. And as things get better, we will lift our own restrictions as well. Well, let me just say on any given Sunday, if you are not feeling well, we invite you to please stay home. Even if it's just a common cold, we want to invite you to please stay home and enjoy us online worship through our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. And that is just to hopefully keep everyone safe and healthy as possible, especially throughout the first 21 days of reopening our church campus. Well, I want to let you know we are diligently working to clean and sanitize the building. We are doing several different things. The staff is working the next couple of weeks to sanitize really well. We are actually using a product that will be put into our HVAC system, and when the HVAC system runs, that product will spray out through the vents and land on all surfaces, and as it dries in 15 to 20 minutes, it will sanitize all the surfaces that we will come in contact with. This will only be done when no one is in the building, and that's important to know. This will only be done when no one is in the building. But the staff will be taking sanitizing wipes and sprays and wiping everything down from the pews to the door handles, the bathrooms, every place in the foyer and education wing. We are making sure that we are having this place as sanitized as best as possible. When you come back in on June 14th to the campus, you will need to enter in through door number 1. I know a lot of us are used to going into door number 2, but we are going to close that door and lock that door down, and we want everyone to come through door number 1. The education wing will not be open, so if we all come through the same door, that way we know exactly where everyone has been at, and we are able to then sanitize a little bit better throughout the week as we go get ready for the next Sunday. As you come into door number 1, you are going to see a sandwich board type sign sitting out underneath the awning before you even enter into the building. On this board is going to be about 3 questions. Questions such as, have you been sick in the last 14 to 21 days? Have you come in contact with anyone that has tested positive for COVID-19 in the last 21 days? And questions such as that. If you answer yes to any of those questions as you come into the building, we'll have a couple people there asking you did you answer yes to any of those. If you have, we may pull you aside and just quickly take a temperature. It is a touchless thermometer that no one will touch you and nothing goes into your mouth. It's all on the forehead. And depending on the situations at that point, we may invite you to go back home and watch us online as we worship together. And let me just say this, if that happens to you, please do not get offended. This isn't meant to offend anyone. Rather, this is meant to make sure that we are all staying safe and as healthy as possible. As you come into the building, you are going to notice several touchless hand sanitizing stations. They're motion detected and you can put your hands under these things. There will be stations at the entrance to every door in the sanctuary, and we invite you to use these as many times as you want while you are here in the building. Well, as I said, our education wing will not be open for a while, which means our children's ministry will not be running on Sunday morning. But we are still inviting families with children to please come and be part of worship. As you come into the building, you will be directed to go over to our children's check-in station. There will be a hand sanitizing station there as well. And there you can register your child and let us know that you are here. But then every child will be getting a activity packet that is sanitized properly and ready for your child's use. And in it will be some coloring pages and crayons, different activities for the kids to be able to do and look out for during the service. And it's just something to help keep our children occupied as we come together. As you come into the foyer, we are going to have a table or two with masks on them. At this particular point in time, according to CDC, masks will not be required. They will be optional. We are not requiring masks for you to come in, but if you feel more comfortable wearing a mask, if you have your own, please feel free to bring it. If you forgot yours or you just don't have one, but you feel more comfortable gathering together with a group of people with a mask on, we will have those readily available for you, free for you, to be able to take with you, and they will become yours forever. And you can take them home and wash them and reuse them wherever you go. As I said, we're not going to require you to wear one, so if you do not want to wear one, don't worry about it. It's not a requirement. We just want to provide the option for those who feel more comfortable in wearing them. Question has been raised, what about our water fountains, Doug? Well, our water fountains are going to be turned off for a while. This is an easy way for germs and COVID-19 to be able to be spread at the water fountains touching these situations and what have you. Instead, what we are going to do is we are going to be providing every one of you with a small plastic bottle, the small plastic bottles of water, prepackaged water. And we will have tables set up, and you can grab one for you and for your family and as many as you wish. And you can bring them into the sanctuary if you'd like, or if you want to keep them in the foyer, whatever you feel most comfortable with. We encourage you to get those as well. Well, as you come into the sanctuary, you are going to notice that every other row is going to be roped off. Every other row will be roped off so that no one can sit there. What this is doing is it's helping us to practice our safe distancing to ensure 6 feet of distance between the people in front of you and the people behind you. Also, we are asking for family groups. If you are part of a family group, please sit together and sit close to each other. Sometimes we have family groups sitting in multiple different parts of the sanctuary. For the first month or two, please sit together. And then if you're not part of that family group that you're sitting next to, if we could adhere to the CDC guidelines of 6 feet or 2 arms lengths away, that would be greatly appreciated, and that would help us. One of the things this is going to do, roping off pews and sitting in specific areas, might mean that your normal seat is taken. And you might not be able to sit where you normally do. We would like to invite you to sit in a new seat and experience worship service from a different view. In fact, for those of you, a couple of you that are going to get there early, we have a love seat actually sitting up front in the front row for you to be able to be comfortable and sit in. When we come into the building for the first few months, we're asking no handshakes. I know this is extremely tough. We haven't seen each other for a while. We want to, but we want to make sure that we are not shaking hands. We can air high five, or we can give air hugs, or anything of that nature. The most important thing is we are now seeing each other face to face. I don't know about you, but I'm going to have to walk around that first day with hands in my pockets. But we're encouraging, please, no handshakes for the first few weeks that we are back. When it comes to the service, we're going to change the service up just a little bit. We are actually going to start off with just a welcome and then the sermon, and we are putting music at the end of our service. Why are we doing that? Well, we know from all the research that is happening that when we sing, we are forcefully projecting those water droplets out of our mouth, and those water droplets is what carries the COVID-19 virus. And so we are going to put that at the end of the service, and when we come to that time, we're going to have the praise team sing one song by themselves, And that will offer an opportunity that if you wish not to be in the sanctuary during the time that everyone is singing, that'll give you the opportunity to go ahead and dismiss yourselves. But if you would like to still stay in there, we invite you to be with us. We invite you to join us in worship together, and then we will all sing several songs together, worshiping our amazing God who has brought us through times such as these. When it comes to offering, we will not be passing the plate. When it comes to bringing our tithes and offerings, we are encouraging you to do what you've already been doing. Many of you have already been going to online giving, whether it's through our website and registering through a secure account there, or maybe you have gone to your bank and you have set up like an online banking, and the bank sends your tithes and offerings on your behalf. We encourage you to do that. If you need help with that, let us know. We'd be more than happy to help set you up with online giving. But a lot of people would love to still bring their tithes and offerings physically into the building. So we are not going to be passing the plate. Instead, attached to the walls in our sanctuary, we have 6 wooden, locked, secured boxes with signs placed above them that say, "Place offering here." And these boxes are at the exits. Every exit door of our sanctuary, these boxes are there. So there are 6 of them, and we just invite you, as you come in, you can drop your tithe and offering there. When you leave, you can drop them off into the box. And when you leave the sanctuary, we would ask that maybe you would pick a different door to be able to go out of than what you usually do. We don't want to funnel everyone through one particular sanctuary door. After the service, most of us, me included, love to have coffee and donuts afterwards. But for the next couple months of getting together, we will not be having coffee or donuts. I know that is a bummer. It's a bummer to me. I depend on my coffee, right, to get me up and going. But just for the health and safety, until we see how everything is going to play out, for the first couple months, we will not be having that coffee and donut right after service. We will be phasing it back in. Trust me, it will not go away forever. It will come back in. As for Sunday school, we are going to continue for the first couple of months of coming back in with our Sunday school classes meeting on Zoom. We will phase our Sunday school back into the building later on down the road. But I believe starting June 14th, our Sunday school classes that are meeting on Zoom will meet on Sunday afternoons. If you are not part of that and you want to be a part of that, please call us at the church office, 925-3480. Email us, office@auburncn.org, and we will get you connected and tell you how you can be part of those. Again, friends, these changes are not permanent. They are temporary changes. The church board leadership team and the staff, on a daily basis, we are evaluating what is happening in not only our community, but in our state. And if things change, if things get worse with COVID-19, we will make the necessary adjustments to our schedule. If things get better, we will make those adjustments to the restrictions and the changes that we have made. And we just want to let you know that these changes are done for your safety and your health. And let me just end by saying this. As your pastor, I take your spiritual health very, very seriously. And as your pastor, I take your physical health very, very seriously. And I want you to know that through all of these changes, we are doing things with you in mind. I love you guys. I cannot wait to be back here on June 14th, 10 a.m., worshiping our amazing God, talking about the stories that God has done of His grace, goodness, and protection throughout these last several months. Thank you guys, and we'll see you June 14th at 10 a.m.